Hey guys, this is Strong K and welcome to Pandemic 2, another entry in my Yay It's Free series. Pandemic 2 is basically a strategy game that lets you create or design your own disease, and your goal is to eventually wipe out all of mankind. How about that? So it's not unlike, or thematically at least not unlike Contagion, the Soderbergh movie. So yeah, kind of in that vein. So we can choose to play either a realistic game where we have all the traits available, so let's go with that, or a more relaxed version. I don't really know what that means. I've never played it, I think. And then we can select a disease class, so we can choose between a virus, bacteria, or a parasite, meaning that, you know, a virus would have our disease evolve faster, but also is more prone to like environmental influences, whereas a parasite would evolve slower, but then again is more resistant to the same influences here. So let's go with a bacteria actually, because, you know, why the heck not? Let's call our disease Love of Earl Grey Tea and get started here. Okay, okay, I just paused the game real quick. And so this is the main screen of the game where you actually can see the world, and you know, this lets us see the different regions of the world, which you can see here. They're highlighted if you hover over it. And all the regions, or each region I should say, features a different infrastructure, let's put it that way. And the more populated your area is, the more features are at the disposal of the people living there, obviously. So if you look at Canada, which is a highly populated country, you can see that they have ports, airports, water supplies, and 2 hospitals. Whereas, what's that, Peru, I think? Yep. So this is obviously not accurate. This is just more, you know, a more or less, inaccurate representation of actual, you know, the actual political map of the world. So, you know, but do not be bothered by this. If you live in Ecuador or in Venezuela, I know that you're not part of Peru. So yeah, and Peru just has 1 hospital. Same with Madagascar, they just have a port. And we actually started Madagascar, so if you click on it, we can see that we have 1 person infected here, 0 dead currently, and the rest is alive and, no, healthy, and then all of Madagascar's population is actually alive, which is good for them, bad for us. So as we infect more people, we can mutate our disease, and this is being done by those evolution points here. So if we click on the disease screen, there's multiple things actually that we can do with our evolution points. Number 1, we can, well actually before I start with that, let's check out this traits thing here. We are a bacteria, which we already know, and our disease is durable, meaning that it has, or it starts with a heat resistance of 1, which is okay. So with our evolution points, we can actually buy more resistances to either cold, heat, moisture, or drugs. Cold, heat, and moisture affect where our disease is more likely to spread. So obviously if we purchase a resistance against a cold climate or colder climate, that would make our disease more likely, you know, to spread in like Canada, Greenland, maybe Russia. Heat obviously would work the other way around, so that would mean you know, more or like a bigger chance of you know, spreading or having our disease spread in like the Middle East or I don't know, North Africa maybe. Moisture is, I think, for island countries such as Japan or New Zealand, and drug resistance determines how resistant actually our disease is to drugs, and also, and that's the second feature I'm gonna, you know, look at in a second, how resistant or how difficult it will be for the doctors of the world, the bright minds of the planet, to actually come up with a vaccine against our disease. Then we can buy transmission modes, meaning that our disease can be transmitted by either rodents or insects, or be a waterborne or airborne bacteria actually. So the more or the higher the cost is, I think waterborne is the highest with 10, you know, the easier people get infected. And the harder it is actually for governments to take effective countermeasures against the spreading of our disease. And lastly, we can choose to buy symptoms. Right now we have a fever erupting in whoever's infected, which means that fevers can be deadly, so that would increase our lethality down here, and are barely noticeable. And down here you can see how lethal our disease is. So, you know, obviously how likely our disease is able to, or how likely it is for people to die if they're infected, then how easy it is for people to actually become infected, and then how visible the disease is to others. And this actually matters because at some point the disease will be discovered, and then people can start working on a vaccine or even a cure. The game actually unpauses whenever you come back to the main menu, or the world map here. So the world information screen basically has some general information, and then you can see the total number of hospitals available to mankind, and the number of active hospitals. Hospital will shut down in infected areas, and as soon as our disease is detected, people will start to complete a vaccine. Like I said, here you have the completion bar and then the deployment bar, meaning that as soon as a vaccine is deployed, normal people can or will be infected. And then here you have clean regions, meaning that people living here are not infected. Infected regions is currently only Madagascar, and forsaken regions are regions of the planet which are basically devoid of life because everybody has died there. So okay, let's start buying stuff here. And actually the tactic that we want to employ really is to get our disease to spread, and then like once it has infected actually all of the planet, to up our the deadliness of disease, so that we can actually start to kill off people. I know that sounds sinister, but hey, I don't make the rules. Okay. So let's get a moisture resistance and a cold resistance going on here. And then let's continue. And this is actually a speed bar, so the further we move this to the right, the faster the game progresses. And the faster we get our evolution points here. Okay, hold on, 8 points. Pause it real quick. Let's get this for 7, airborne infection. Yeah, and then here in the breaking news window you can also see, like, there will be, if you click on the region information here, there will be stuff like riots, floods, droughts going on. For example, we have hurricanes in India right now. Government can choose to take measures such as handing out water, masks, exterminating certain animals, or enforcing curfews, stuff like that. Let's just buy stuff. Get some drug resistance going on here. Moisture is always good. Cold is always good. Yeah, right. And then it can also, the government can also choose to close borders, shipyard, airports, schools, to contain the spread of the disease. So basically our strategy should be, like I said, to get our disease spreading as soon as possible, but also make sure that it first spreads to the island nations of the world, because those are highly inaccessible, because borders usually gets closed to last, meaning that okay, we got no more points, meaning that for example, if we manage to infect China, we can expect the disease to spread easily into Russia, the Middle East, or India through or like across those borders, whereas Japan can only be infected by its port or airport, and the governments usually close down airports the first and then the ports. So before, so if the government manages to close down those points of entry, we will not be able to infect Japan, meaning that we cannot complete our goal to wipe off mankind. As you can see, we have quite a lot of islands here. We have Greenland, Cuba, Madagascar, where we started, and this is actually very lucky because Madagascar is freaking hard to infect because they only have one port. So basically their only option is to keep it open and closed, and you know, guess what they will do once they find out there's a pandemic afoot. Okay, New Zealand, and then also Indonesia and Australia. Okay, let's get this baby. You know what? Let's try to spread this to Greenland. I don't know if that was a smart choice necessarily. Next thing we're gonna... Okay, how much is moisture for? 10, okay. Let's save up. Okay, there we go. Moisture 4. Because also I think at least that most island countries are feature a very moist climate, such as Japan or New Zealand or Indonesia. Oh, dude, hold on. Cold. Also, we should invest in drug resistance, really. Okay, how much is... Okay, 8 points. Well, there we go. And you can see that the darker one region becomes, the more people are infected here. So as this number goes up, you know, the color becomes more red. Okay, so now we managed to infect Brazil. I still want to get the waterborne. Okay, so now they start to shut down public transit. I don't think it matters at this point. Okay, Peru, India, Argentina. And I think that sooner or later people or governments will start to shut down. Wait, pause it. Canada, North Africa. This is all good and well, but we really need our shit to get to islands. People, don't you travel to those countries? Okay. So New Zealand has decided to shut down its port. Okay, we got Indonesia, although they closed the airport, which is good. Yeah, I feel like a douche saying stuff like that. I don't know. Okay, let's up the heat resistance. Mexico, Cuba, very good. Okay. Things are going a little too fast right now. India, blah blah blah, US. Nice. How about Greenland? Nothing here. In Japan, not infected. This is going to be a tough one. Australia, the same. New Zealand, I don't know if we're going to make it to New Zealand. Martial law, okay. Okay, let's speed this up a little. Western Europe. Okay. Heat. Okay, drug. So we're gonna save up 10 points to either get our cold or Ah, shit. Okay, Greenland is sealed off. So that was it. Yeah. Wait, hold on. No. How did that happen? So we got lucky twice, Indonesia and Greenland. However, and this I must have missed that, Australia will not be infected. Wow, that was fast. Okay, now the governments of Earth have begun research. Yeah, you can read this for yourself. Basically meaning that those eggheads will complete. And we got 22 hospitals active, which is a lot. So let's get our drug resistance up. We only have 6 evolution points, which is again not a lot. So are there any areas that are not affected besides Australia? Oh, Japan got infected. Okay. Yeah, this is actually one thing I don't quite understand, because it would make sense to me, let's put it that way, that the more people you infect, the easier it would become for our disease to mutate, because simply, you know, it is active in more hosts. However, as you can see, the more we progress into the game, the less... Okay, let's get drug resistance up. Or the slower our evolution points come in, which sort of doesn't make sense to me, at least. Okay, now a lot of shit is going on. Government's acting like crazy. It's nothing you can do, guys. Seriously, you're doomed. Okay, let's go a little slower here. Oh yeah, I probably forgot to mention, but I think this is also pretty self-explanatory, that those are ships and airplanes that, you know, are possible carriers for our disease. So how's it going in Indonesia? Okay. Okay, 11. That is actually nice. Nice to see. Okay, 5 for rodent infection, 7 for insect infection. Let's save up 2 more points and make our disease okay, sorry. Make our disease even more easy to spread. Alright, there you go. Insects it is. Nice job. Okay. How's that going? 276 days until a vaccine will be completed. Yeah, let's just crank this up, because I think at this point, you know, all the cards are dealt, so we will not be able... We infected actually a lot of countries here, 2 that we didn't manage to get, but then again, we won't in the long run anyways, so we might just crank this up. The only thing that we have to worry about now is the hospitals, because what will happen is that as soon as the vaccine is developed and deployed, actually, we will not be able to infect more people. So whoever has remained healthy up to this point will remain healthy, which obviously we don't want, right guys? Okay, so I think at this point, because basically we have, I mean, the transmission rate is fine, this doesn't really matter anymore, so now it focus more on unlocking more symptoms and having our disease, you know, turn out to be actually more lethal than anticipated. 10 points. The good thing is, whenever we unlock a tier of symptoms, we get 1 for free. Come on, 2 more points, guys. Come on. Lava of Earl Grey tea. Sweeping across the globe. With the exception of Australia and New Zealand. Okay. Disease unlocked here too. What do you got? Really? I'm sure that's an infected and stumbling. Okay, yeah. It's not helping. What if it's like diarrhea or something? That would have helped. How much is diarrhea? Sorry, I forgot. 8 points. How much is tier 3? 15 points. Okay, let's save up for diarrhea. Yeah, and again, you know, as of now, we are infecting a shitload of people. So far, this is not, you know, this is not going so well. We haven't even killed anyone. We need diarrhea to go on, guys. People will dehydrate and then die. How much for diarrhea again? 8, right? Okay. Yeah, sentences that do not make sense out of context. And guys, would you please shut down your hospitals? Canada, what are you thinking? Yeah, so, and the evolution points like coming very, very slowly. Something that I cannot quite grasp. Yeah, man, it's like keep our ports open. Fuck this shit. It doesn't even matter. Transit is closed. Yeah, that's gonna help. $279 days. 7 active hospitals. Okay, we got to get this number down to 2 actually. And those will be those 2. Okay. Okay. Hospitals shut down in Canada, which is good. So now it's just Cuba and Peru. And as you can see, instantly affects our the development of a vaccine here. Buys us a little more time. Okay, disease 10. How much was diarrhea again? 8, right? Yeah, let's buy this shit. Literally. Okay, and now thing is off the charts here. Okay, what has happened? Okay, in India I think somebody died. First victim of the oh, holy fuck. Look at this. This can't be. This is not. This is weird. And again, only 2 evolution points, although we're killing a shit ton of people. Wow. How much alive here? Okay, oh, healthy. Okay, it's like a long way to go. Usually Greenland, because, you know, if it's like really sparsely populated landscape, first one to go. What's this? Droughts going on? How about, yeah, they got no worries. Well, at least not now. Okay, 6 evolution points. What can we get? Dementia doesn't really. Sores. 15 is a lot. How much is vomiting? 6. What is the law of Earl Grey tea without vomiting, guys? And then let's just save up for tier 3. Greenland, man. Working double shifts. Okay, but this is really, they're gonna go rather sooner than later, and then your hospital will shut down. That I promise you. How's Madagascar doing? Because, well, it's okay. Yeah, 5. Okay. Don't sweat it. I think we'll have wiped out everybody that has been affected before anything. Those 3 respectively hospitals will be able to do anything, like take any kind of effective countermeasure here. Okay. Okay, 6 evolution. Oh no, we're gonna save, right? For 15 points. Yeah, it seems like a lot. Okay. Yeah, this is actually one thing I do not like is maybe harsh, because this is a free game, right? But I think that, you know, how should I put this? Flabbergasts me, maybe, is that this is like there's only so much you can do to influence really the spread of your disease, which is, I think, crucial to the game. So as you can see here, sorry, wrong screen. Yeah, we got moisture all the way up, and then heat at least to level 3, and for some reason, we're not able to infect Australia or New Zealand. And actually that happens a lot. I mean, Japan is also like very, very hard to get, because they're among the first ones to shut down their ports and airports, really. Madagascar, they just got 1 port, which they can either choose to keep open or not. So they don't even have, you know, 2 points of entry. Makes it traditionally hard to get. Basically, it's the islands. If you got all the islands covered, then you're lucky. If you do not start on an island, do not count on, you know, wiping out mankind, because that is not very likely to happen. And yeah, this, I don't know, I find it kind of, yeah, just like, you know, it would be more rewarding, let me put it that way. Okay, let's get tier 3 going. And we got nothing. How you like that? Boils, dude. 12 points hypersensitivity. Okay, health complications. Alright, 7 points. That sounds very good. Again, out of context. Yeah, so it's like sooner or later, you know, it just amounts to sheer luck in this game. Like, either you manage to infect large parts of the world or you don't. There's not a lot that you can do about it, actually, which is you know, which is sad. Also, I mean, there's actually just one strategy to go, basically, which I laid out. You can prove me wrong in the comments, you know. Just let me know that, oh my god, Strong-K, you're a fucking horrible Pandemic 2 player. What the fuck are you thinking? You have to buy rodents, dude. Rodents. Rodents are the key to a successful epidemic. I don't know. So yeah, and at this point, so the next stage is actually, okay, it's like once you have, you know, the cards are dealt more or less, then you know which regions will be affected and which won't. Then the next step is actually to win the race against the vaccine, which I think, you know, or it's safe to assume that we won this with oh, this has been wiped out. I totally missed that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's no surprise. It's actually more just like Madagascar, 1,200 people living there. It's not a lot, man. Think about it. It's just weird. 3,000. How about Cuba? 1,000. Okay, Madagascar, Cuba. Who will go first? So yeah, and then you have, you know, this phase against the hospitals, the vaccine. If you win that, then it's just basically, you know, killing as many people as quick as possible, because this will determine our score at the end of this game here. Wait, then we want to hypersensitivity. You got it. How many deaths per day? Yes, it's off the charts. I don't know. This is a serious disease. And then you just basically have to wait. So yeah, I would have liked it, I don't know, maybe to, you know, I would have liked to see a little more balance in this game, let's put it that way. You know, to make actually like a strategic a decision that will affect the spread of your disease in one way or another, rather than, you know, leave it up to sheer luck what's gonna happen. Because I also played games here where I basically... Okay, Madagascar. And then Cuba. And Canada. Basically out of nowhere. They had 2 hospitals active until very, very late in the game. And then South Africa. Yeah, this is apparently... I mean, I have Argentina. Okay, now they're starting to fall. Yeah, 130 people alive. This is really not a lot. Think about it. It's weird, isn't it? Peru. Okay, Russia. Japan. Who's gonna go last? Okay, Western Europe, 250 people. 180. Yeah, usually it's like China or something like heavily dense. Oh, 200. So it's India. My money is on India here. Last man standing. How about the US? Ah. Oh, Mexico already kicked the bucket. Oh, we can actually buy some more shit here. Boils. That sounds biblical. How about cysts? 7. Yeah, why not? I don't even think it matters at this point. Let's throw in some sneezing for good measure. India, China. It's gonna be China. And I think that settles that. So yeah, that was it. Okay. Yeah, so that was Pandemic 2 for you. Like I said, you know, yeah, I like it. It's free, so, you know, no complaints in that department. If there's something I could add, it's like make this a little more balanced, you know, actually make your decisions matter, or matter more, actually, I should say, because they do matter, apparently. But in a way that you are actually influence, you know, the spread of the disease, because I think this is like a central aspect of the game, to like, you know, devise like a strategy which will, you know, infect a large portion of the planet, and then just to like up the death toll that it takes. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. The link to the game is going to be in the description as always. If you did enjoy it, I would love to see you on my channel again, and thanks for watching so far. Okay, thanks, bye.